steal a song that's never been heard. How do you know when you hear his call? What do you do when you've done it all? Let 'em roll from sea to shining sea. Bob, cannonball. What do you do when the mountain is there? How do you answer the challenging day? Your back's against the wall. What do you do when you've done it all? Cannonball, 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 cannonball. It's not what you do, it's how you do. Be anything you want to be. It's not what you got, it's how you use. You be you and I'll be. It's just a matter of style. You can't fake it, mile after mile, beat the street. If you got the soul, you can make it. Move 'em out, let 'em roll from sea to shining sea. Oh, cannonball. Hey, now cannonball. 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 Cannonball.
Yes, indeed. Good after morning, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers, and sisters. This is the AOR F1 2016 Season 12 Round 2 here at Bahrain. Now, with any luck, I will be able to get the stream up and running without anywhere near the sort of trouble I had last week. So before we look at that, I'm going to switch over to the championship standings. Now, with any luck, that has actually swapped over. One of the things I've had to do to try and make the stream stable is disable the preview pane, so I can't actually tell how the stream is going. So anyone in the stream, you'll have to let me know how things look. So let's have a quick look at the championship standings before we enter into round 2. Toronto Tigger had a spectacular win last week and claiming the top spot. Raven for Red Bull in second, with Marco rounding out their podium positions. Nick B doing pretty well in the manner. Brilliant run from near the back of the field, claiming fourth. Sebi fifth, Fizzy Fan sixth, Berg 7, Ryan 8, non-runner in 9, and Mini Black rounding out the points scoring positions, as you can see. So Ferrari holding the top spot with a 12-point lead over Red Bull, and Manor scoring more points than they would ever love to do. Well, they would love to score as many points as they can, but they're not going to score 12 points in the season at the moment, let's be honest. Renault with their sole scorer of Fizzy last week. The only non-attendee we had last week was Race Fanatic. Sadly, he had some technical difficulties and was not able to attend. So he couldn't contribute to the Renault points. Mercedes 5 with 6 points. 6th is McLaren with 4. That sounds rather reminiscent of their current season. Williams in 7th on 2, and Force India are with 1, and Sauber and Toro Rosso at the bottom of the table at this point in time. Right, here is where the stream tends to go wrong, as when I switch into the game itself. So let's give it a try, shall we? Let us see how we go. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Looking so good. Yes! We have success. Now, let us see how the session is going, shall we? So let's have a look at the timing screen. At the moment, no one has set a lap, so we are 16 and a half minutes into the session. The session is only 18 minutes long, so the session not long started. Let's see who we can find. Sebi is currently listed first, no doubt, to the order by which he has gone on track. You can see there are 10 runners on the field at this present time. We have got Tyranno Tigger, last week's race winner. Let us see what he is capable of doing here in the Ferrari. We have got Nuka in the Mercedes on his outlap. I think pretty much everybody that's on track is on an outlap at present. So look at the timings. Or if I can get my keys right, yep, no one's on a time lap at the moment. We have got Marco in the session with all down big lock up there. Now, something I have been advised is that, and again, something we observed last week, particularly in the penultimate turn. Again, the stream didn't highlight that because the stream was terrible. Hopefully we've gotten over these issues this week. Now, the spectator view shows a lot of lockups that aren't actually happening by the driver's view. So, for instance, in the penultimate corner of Melbourne, that's showing my age, of Melbourne, pretty much everybody was locking up by my view. However, that wasn't the case by the driver's view. So, where they're locking up on the stream, that's not necessarily what they are doing on circuit. So let's just have a look. Anyone on a time lap yet? Not as yet. We have got Cool Cat in the Sauber, hoping for a better run of luck here in Bahrain. We have got Odan in the Force India. Whoa, what a big tail-happy moment there. That's not going to start his time lap with much confidence. So we've got people that started their time laps. Burkhoff in the McLaren has yet to start his lap. So we have got Lolol in the Williams. He is on his hot lap, as is Ryan L83 in the McLaren. Mini Black in the Force India. So most people on the time lap in the first sector. A big tail happy moment there for Race Fanatic. He's made it into this week's race. Fantastic. Hello there, Chaos. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you along. Raven is with us for Red Bull. There he is. I thought he'd gone out of the camera and the camera hadn't moved, but there he is. Cameras in this game are... It's buffering again. Goodness me. There's nothing I can do with the buffering side of things, unfortunately. That I'm afraid is out of my hands. At this point, I could try one thing, but I have to restart the stream. With the amount of trouble I've had with the stream so far, that is kind of tempting fate. So Tyranno Tigger is working fine for you. Oh, okay. I wondered if that was going to be the case. So we have got our first timers on the board. We have got Tyranno Tigger currently leading the way with a 1:37.15, but non-runner claiming purple sectors in sectors 2 and 3, as you can see. So non-runner currently second, Sebi third, Nuka fourth, Odan in fifth position. He's just jumped up to Berg von Tripp sixth. I'd love to have this timing screen a little bit more permanent, but as you can see, we can see nothing else. Ryan L83 is 8th, and Kalon is currently 9th. Oh, now Tyranno Tigger's just set a purple in sector 1 with a 31.568. Here he is. So he is coming through turn 10 then. So he's on the long straight between turn 10 and 11. Good. I'm glad that more people are having good streaming quality than bad. As I haven't got a whole stream of people saying the FPS is terrible, I'm hoping I'm correct to assume that the FPS is far better than it was. Oh, Sebi's retired! Oh, goodness me, Sebi's retired from the session already with 12 and a half minutes remaining. Goodness me, Sebi currently in, where is he? He's 4th with a 1:31.216. Goodness me, that's very early to be retiring from the session. Oh dear. So Tyranno Tigger then in the third sector, so coming down that. Always coming into the pits then, and with a runner directly behind. So coming in 8 cars currently on circuit. Now, unfortunately, I don't have my co-commentator with me. Justin has commentary duties elsewhere, I'm afraid, so it is just myself in the commentary position today. However, next week I will have Justin back with me. Raven then in the Red Bull in sector 2, so he's in between turns 10 and 11. just coming through the fast left-hander at 11, up through the chicane area of 12, taking quite a wide line on the way in, down to 13, so that's the end of sector 2, 39.911 for Raven. Let's just see how that's, let's just see how that stacks. 39.911, not a great second sector for him, comparatively speaking. So he's just coming around that final turn then, and into the pits he comes. He decides not to finish that lap. Raven still yet with a time on the board. However, with over 11 minutes to go, plenty of time for that to change. Chicane on his outlap then on the super soft tyre in the Toro Rosso. Let us see what he is able to do. Who else can we find? Just 5 cars now on track. Non-runner, literally just leaving the pits with the second Toro Rosso directly ahead of him. So currently second then in the Williams. Great effort for him. Nooker just leaving the pits, one would assume. There he is in the Mercedes in 5th position on the board as well. Out he comes then to begin his time lap. So back up to 9 runners on the field. We have Berg von Trips, 7th position at present on his out lap, and that is a Williams getting out of the way. Not necessary for him to get out of the way of someone on the hot lap. There we go. Race Fanatic then in the Renault, 8th position at present. Slam in the middle of the field. That's where is Fizzy? Has Fizzy set a time yet? Would seem not. So the second Renault. Where was Fizzy? Oh, there he is. He's currently 11th with 131.990. So Raven currently ahead, the lead of the 2 Renaults. Who else can we find? Cool Cat in the Sauber, currently 9th. Nice midfield placing for him at present on the Supersoft. Into the pits he comes, and Fizzy, is he on the way in? Or so he's on an in-lap then, so he's been out, done some sectors, but decided to come in on the Supersoft. Interesting mixture of soft and super soft being run at this stage. Again, the ruling of the fastest times, the tyres used to set your fastest time is the tyre you start on. So here's Ryan, he's in between turn 10 and 11. So swift left-hander for 11 then. Through the chicanes of 12, up to 13 he comes, just coming into the 3rd sector now. All around lane 3, obviously we can ignore the lap time because that was an out lap. Getting some heat into those super soft tyres before he begins his timed lap. So now he'll get the hammer down. Ooh, a little bit. When I say now, it was probably a little bit early there. And that actually looked like in the background there was a yellow flag marker out. And indeed, there is a yellow flag out. Why is that? Someone spun it. Oh no, green flag. Now that was odd because the yellow flag sector seemed to be the start-finish straight. Yet I couldn't see any issue there. The game trying to throw me a curveball. Ryan L83 then on his timed lap, and that's a force into getting out of his way then. Into turn 1 then for him. Straight through 2. The slight right-hand kink of 3. Up the long straight to what? No, I've lost track of where we are. I have lost track of where we are. So we've come through sector 1. Please forgive me for losing track of where we are. Unfortunately, the interface doesn't give me a live map unless you're driving. It's the only time you get the live map. So we are coming to, that's the straight between 10 and 11 then. So 28.844 for the first sector for Ryan. Left hand king. So we're coming through the chicane complex of 12. And then up towards the end of sector 2. What is his sector 2 time? 39.383. That's a pretty good second sector time, as he's now on the long straight between 13 and 14. We can have a look at the timings again. No, wrong key. There we go. 39.3 is rather around. 39.3 is around here. So, non-runner has actually taken the pole time with a 1:30.492. Let's just have a look at Ryan. Where does he come? He finishes that lap in 9th place in the McLaren. However, as we've just seen, the pole time's been taken by non-runner. Hello, Franco Drows. So then, 1:34.92 is the target time to set, but Mini Black has got 2 purple sectors to his name. So just 0.04 of a second separating the Finn and the Dane. Are they on circuit at the moment? That's Ryan 83, as we've previously seen. Odan in the Force India. He's on an outlap, I believe. Oh, Kalon's on a time lap. Bear with me just a second. I need to shut a door that is behind me. Do bear with me a second. Professionalism plus there. So where is Kalon? He's gone through the first sector. Is he? Where is he? Where is he? He's backed off, I think. That's way too slow. So he's backed off at some point in that lap. Who else can we find then? Cool Cat in the Sauber, as we've seen. Now down to 9 cars on track. In 12th position for Cool Cat. Where is he then? Slight lock up there, but again, that could be just how the game perceives him. That's the straight between 10 and 11 then, if he's in the second sector. Love the way it says flying lap, but it's also like the game says, I know he's on a flying lap, but I have no idea what his lap time is. That's really great for spectators such as us. There we go, 39.6 for the second sector for Cool Cat then in the Sauber. As he's finished the second sector on that straight between 13 and 14. Where does that land in? It's going to, again, I'm not sure he's going to improve on his 12th position. What a lovely shot of Marcus Ericsson there. Through comes Cool Cat. Where does he go? It's 10th position. So 5 minutes remaining of the session then. 5 more minutes to go. Ooh, again. Let's just have a look at the timings once more. Non-runner still holding that top time. Mini Black in second. 1:30.539. Tirana Ticket down to third as a result. Berg Von Trips in the Mercedes on his outlap on the super soft tyre. Who else can we find? Cool Cat, as we have seen. Odan in the Force India, currently 12th. On a timed lap, 29.3, 40.7. That is not a good middle sector at all. Burkhoff coming into the pits then. ACR Raven down in 19th. Is that because he's not set a time yet? Let's just have a quick look. Thank you, GK. That is great to see. Thank you very much for that. Raven indeed has not set a time, so he's leaving us rather late. He is on a time lap though, 39.6. As he heads down to what I think is the last turn. Yeah, that is. So he's setting a time now. Does he improve? Well, he's going to improve in 19th. Oh no, he's starting his flying lap now. That's me getting confused by the interface there. Or is that a Williams that may get in his way? Or is a Manor chasing him down the road? That was indeed a Williams, but couldn't tell. The camera took a long time to change there before we got an update on him. So Raven then coming up the straight between 3 and 4 with a Manor and a Williams behind him. What is his first sector time? Through 4 and the end of sector 1, 28.7. Oh, that's a pretty damn good first sector time there in the Red Bull. Raven is leaving this very, very late, just over 3 minutes to go. But there we go. There's a yellow flag somewhere on the circuit. This could compromise him into the very tight turn 10. So he's going to be finishing. No, he's nowhere near finishing sector 2. What am I talking about? Long straight between 10 and 11. DRS wide open. Through 11 he comes. Into the chicane complex of 12. And his sector 2 time is 39.2. Oh, there. Now we are on for a good lap here. Is there any purple sectors for Raven? It's not, interestingly enough. This is still going to be a pretty damn good time as he comes into the final turn. Oh, and he keeps it well within the white lines. Well done. On to the start of the straight. What is his time? This will land him 4th. Oh, 1:30.7. What a time. What a time. Non-runner is down to 2nd. Who's demoted him? I bet you it's Tirana Tigger. Let's just jump up to the top of the... It is indeed. Tirana Tigger has broken 1:30 with a 1:29.980. All three purple sectors. Ho ho ho! Putting half a second on this man, non-runner. Oh my goodness me. Now with less than 2 minutes to go, Raven has retired from the session, so he's called it a day. That has landed him in 5th position. Obviously Toronto Ticket soon setting the lap around when he did. 28-4. And Toronto Ticket's retired, probably to the mercy of everybody else. 28-4. Where does that... wrong key. Oh, big oversteer moment for non-runner. He's down to 3rd now. And that is the end of that particular lap. He is not going to have time to get to the end of the circuit to start another one. Non-runner has indeed retired from the session. Oh, Berg von Trips. Oh, what a stunning effort for him. Marco has decided to call it a day in 5th position. Excellent. He's demoted Raven down another position. Oh, what a... Berg von Trips has gone into 2nd position in less than a minute to go. That was a little bit disconcerting. We jump back to non-runner, who now he's actually retired. This is the AI that has sat him right next to an ambulance. Race Fanatics starting a flying lap then, currently in 7th position. Who else is on circuit? We've got 10 people currently on circuit. Fizzy is on circuit as well. He's not on a flying lap, I would imagine. Where is he? He's 30 seconds to start time lap. Is he coming on to start finish straight? Yes, he is. So Fizzy is now starting his timed lap. Nooker in the Mercedes. Where is he? Mini Black has retired from the session. Where did he end up? Mini Black in 4th place with 1:35.39. Unfortunately, I don't have Justin coming to this evening. He has got commentary duties elsewhere, which prevents him coming. Oh, this is going to be close for Nooker. No, he's not going to have time to start another lap. So 9th position is his best that he can do. And of course, now we're going to have this issue where I can't watch people as we were previously doing. Now, who was on a lap then? Who was on a lap? Fizzy was on a lap. Let's jump to him. Gone on the outboard shot. Now I've got no way of knowing what his times was. Hello, how do you say that? Haza Whiteman. Obviously, your name Almighty was appearing in light green on a white background, so that's a little tricky for me to read. Hello, and hello to everybody in the stream. Thank you very much for coming along and giving me a second chance. Need to say I was a little bit upset with the last week's stream, but glad. I did a lot of testing, a lot of poking and tuning and prodding, and got my... Oh, a bit of an oversteer there for Fizzy as he's on that final straight between 13 and 14. Done a lot of testing this week to get the stream to a position, where you can see for yourselves the result of. Round the final turn then. Fizzy down to 10th. Is he going to improve? He went up to 8th, so he did improve his time by a 10th or so. And that put him in 8th position. Is anybody else on the circuit? Berg von Trips has retired. Nooker currently 11th. Continuing around the circuit. They only have about 3 minutes or so from when the checkered flag drops to when the session will end itself. Nooker sporting a custom helmet there, I see. Because neither Hamilton nor Rosberg has a bright yellow helmet. Nooker's coming into the pits then, so no time from him. And Nooker is the only one on circuit. So that spells the end of qualifying. So very shortly we will be seeing how the qualifying standings went. Sooner or later we will get that, because I can't do anything to bring that up. So with Nooker in the pits then, we'll be able to see his pit crew push him into his garage. So it sounds like it's people on track, but I can't, as you can see, I can't actually view who they are. That's just the AI taking cars around the circuit. I'm waiting for the actual qualifying petition to appear. There's not what I can do to actually force them to come up. The game is acting against me. I love the fact... there we go. I'm just about to comment on... Oh no, it's not deciding to come up. No, directly centre shot here. We can actually see Toronto Ticket's pit crew. Almost looks like they're going to let him go again. There we go. Qualifying is now deemed to be complete, so we should be getting the result any moment now. Like I say, it's roughly 3 minutes from when the checkered flag drops to when the session is officially deemed as finished. So come on, game. Let's have what the qualifying positions were. There we go. So Toronto Ticker again getting a pole for with 3/10 over Berg von Trips. Non-runner in third in the Williams. Fourth is Mini Black. Fifth, Marco. Sixth, Race Fanatic. After missing last week's race, a great result for him for Renault. ACR Raven down to 7th in the end. Fizzy 8th. Kalon 9 in the Manor. Gnarly in 10 and the Toro Rosso. Nuka 11th in the Mercedes as we were previously looking at. O'Darn 12th. 13 is Sebi. 14 Ryan L83 in the McLaren. 15 the Cool Cat. 16 Nick B. 17 Burkhoff. 18 Chicane. 19 is Lol. And we've lost someone. We've either lost someone or we didn't have someone. So we only have 19 runners in this evening's race. We now jump to the formation lap. Get rid of that animation. Don't need to see it. Start race, yes, because I'm going to be taking part. So people now have the... No, Franco Drosh, you're absolutely right. It's not brilliant for spectators, but we do the best with the tools that we have to provide you guys with as much of entertainment as possibly can. Now, I am in the house. The house team was allocated to us commentators. As you can see, there is no one starting behind me. So people having a last-minute setup and strategy alterations. Now the the formation lap rather, is about to get underway. Now somebody had advised me to sit still. Oh, Lolo coming backwards. Now somebody advised me if I sat still, I would automatically be taken out of the formation lap. Let's see what happens when that stop track. Remove from formation lap, parked in a dangerous location. That is fine by me. Reformed grid for race start. Reforming grid for race start. So hopefully that should take me out of the equation. You can see in the map in the bottom left hand corner where people are currently going. Now I'm assuming if I try and do anything now, nothing will happen. Let's just yeah, so my car is now completely stationary. Naught I can do. So we can see that people coming through turn 10 then, as they begin to warm their tyres. This is actually a fairly dull way to deal with the formation lap, I've decided. We did go through the formation lap last week, myself and Justin, although Justin admittedly couldn't get out of first gear, so the formation was actually delayed when everybody returned to the grid. But sitting here staring at the start finish, hopefully my car will ghost when everybody gets around it, otherwise people are going to have to drive around me. Hopefully they won't damage themselves on my car. There's a bit of a gap forming there in the sort of last third of the field there for some reason. Down towards the last turn the field come. Here they come then. Can I jump? I'm just going to see. I'm not sure if I can actually retire at this point. No. See, why does it not allow you to retire to the pit at this point? That makes no sense at all. Oh well, never mind. As you can see people coming past me to reform on the grid, so it looks like they are actually having to avoid my car. Now that's going to be a little awkward for those that are directly ahead of me. So position, what will be position 18. There goes Nick B. My car does ghost. That's absolutely fine. There's Chicane forming his position, and there goes 19th, which is Lol in the Williams then. So as soon as the race gets underway, I will, of course, be retiring from it. Unless I can do so now. Can I do so now? No. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wind him up and let him go. So now is my opportunity to get out the session. There we go. So, my car is, of course, thankfully quite a long way down the field. And pulls onto the grass. And so Torano take a hold onto his lead. Let's get onto that outboard view then. The Ferrari holding on to that lead. There's Berg von Trips, and in the Mercedes. Whoa, look at the jostling we have behind. Just going to hold. So that Ferrari coming straight through us. Marco coming through the field. Oh my goodness me. That's the Williams. Who is that? It's not Kalon. That's a Manor. That's non-runner. Oh, non-runner's had a terrible start then. Starting way up the field, but sadly being tapped, I think, by Marco, and sending him down to 8th position then. 3rd place is now the Force India. That's not Race Fanatic, he's a Renault. Race Fanatic up to 5th position then. And look at the front two already getting a gap between. So that's Mini Black. Oh, what a start for him, up to third place, dislodging Marco. Then we saw Marco briefly go to third position with Force India. Oh, that's a Sauber in the background there, getting a little bit out of position. As they are coming down, again, Tirano Tiger beginning to stretch his leg from the Mercedes of Berg von Trips then. Coming through the twisty section in the beginning of Sector 2. That Ferrari is looming all over the back of Mini Black then. Just going to keep an eye on this particular battle. It looks like Mini Black's has got this. I doubt that was a lock-up. The way he was able to turn in, I very much doubt that was actually a lock-up. Oh, is that Fizzy Fan or is that... Oh, why are we looking at the back? That's Odan. I think I went the wrong way through the field. Ah, damn this interface. Jump back up to Mini Black, then the other Force India. Oh, look at that. That's Marco having a look on the outside. That's through turn 1. Oh, Mini Black is all out of position. He's all squirmy then. Who's that's gone through? That's not non-runner. That's Racer and Attic. So Racer and Attic in the Renault has gone up to 4th place, dislodging the... Go Fizzy indeed. He's having a hell of a battle. Let's jump back to Fizzy whilst we have fans of Fizzy Fan here. So he's up to 7th position. He's gained one from his stun blades. That's Kalon already behind. Non-runner has gained a few positions from his spin. Fizzy doing a great job defending from the Mana behind. And the Mana has got Raven directly behind him. And keeping him at bay, it's going to be no easy feat. Oh, that was a big overstay moment for Fizzy, as we saw coming out of turn 10. Onto that start finish straight. DRS not enabled just yet, as we know that start at the end of this lap that we will get DRS available to the drivers. So now coming through into the chicane complex of 12, up towards the end of sector 2. Fizzy still. Whoa, and that's Raven running very, very wide there in the Red Bull, but keeping it just about in check. Big stream of cars here. There we see Nuka in the Mercedes behind the Red Bull. Oh, was that did I spot a couple of cars side by side then? It looks like Fizzy. Oh, look at that view. Now, the more astute amongst you will spot that everyone in Fizzy's rearview mirror is just 4 wheels. That's a lovely graphical glitch then. Oh, look at that. That's, oh my goodness me, we've got people all over the place. Here we look at that. As Fizzy we're looking at the moment. It's, oh goodness me, who's that in the Williams? It's non-runner, so non-runner not having a great race here. Started well, but after that's happened, that's Kalon that's come past non-runner, as we can see. Oh, they're still side by side. If we jump aboard with Kalon, no, he's managed to get past him. So, oh goodness me, that's Raven that's gone off. Raven's had a massive moment then. Where would that be? It's around turn 5 or 6 somewhere. Oh, and Raven getting well out of the way of the field, coming past him. Goodness me, I can't even tell where he is. I think that's him passing there. So Raven down to 15th, or just gained up to 14th position then. Oh, goodness me, terrible run for Raven there. Let's jump back into Fizzy as we were previously saying. Actually, let's check in with our race leaders to see where we are. Tirano, look at that. Tirano to go away from the field then. At this point in time, obviously very early on, we have 29 laps, but DRS should now be available to those within a second of the car in front. Berg von Trips holding on to second in the Mercedes, but Tirano Tigger running off into the distance and the lead. Marco again holding that 3rd position as he was last week, but he's got Race Fanatic all over him. There you see the Renault in pretty close proximity to the Ferrari. So does the Renault have DRS then? Let's just see as he comes past. Yes, he does. So Race Fanatic has that DRS advantage over the Ferrari. The Ferrari's got no answer to that, but again, runs out of straight before the Renault is able to mount a passing effort. The field are now beginning to space out, beginning to get into their rhythms. It looks like the vast majority of the field are on the super soft tyres, so we are I would imagine we're going to be seeing some fairly early pit stops to get onto the softer softer compound, but they'll be ultra soft. That'll be terrible here. So Marco 3, Mini Black is in 5th position then in the Force India. He's around there somewhere if the camera will change. There we go. So he's in between the Renaults then is Mini Black. So he's got Race Fanatic ahead of him and Fizzy directly ahead. Oh, that did not look like a good braking event. Oh, again a big oversteer moment for Mini Black. A little bit greedy on the throttle as he comes out of turn 10. There you see And looks like non-runner. Where's non-runner gone? The Williams we saw having trouble earlier on, seems to have vanished. Where is he? Where the heck's he gone? There he is. 18th place. Oh, he's pitted. That's why he's on the soft tyres now. So he's decided to ditch those soft tyres very early on. Did Lolo do the same? No. So both Williams at the back of the field. Not a good day for them. Checking back in with race leader Tirano Ticket. He is away. What's the lead between the two? 3.1 seconds then separates the Mercedes and the Ferrari at the front of the field. Another 1.8 between the second Ferrari and the Mercedes, but again, whoa, that was very close to Race Fanatic there. On the tail of the second Ferrari, there's Mini Black a little bit on his own. Where's Fizzy gone? Fizzy has vanished. Where is Fizzy gone? That's where he is. Fizzy decided to take the medium tyre. Now that's okay. Is he trying to get 21 laps, good God, maths fail, 24 laps rather, out of those medium tyres? Now that is definitely going to be one to see. So Fizzy through the pits, then now down in 15th position. Mini Black in the Force India, as we previously saw, rather on his own there. Let's have a check back in with Race Fanatic. Oh, now then, that's Berg from Trips we see. It looks like these pair are closing in on that Mercedes. So there's second, third and fourth in that shot as they get to the end of that straight. That's turn 11 they are coming through now into the chicane complex of 12 once more. We can actually jump on board with Race Fanatic. You can see how he's trying to line up that Ferrari, trying to get the best out of his tyres, but we're seeing people. I'm surprised people are pitting this early. I was not expecting this early a pit stop. Oh, again, a big lockup then. Possible that was a genuine lockup. And it's no sooner do I say that the third and fourth, Marco and Race Fanatic. Oh, you only just slowed down in time for that, Race Fanatic. It's so Race Tirano Ticket continuing then. He hasn't pitted. Second place, Berg von Trips and the Mercedes hasn't pitted. That's 3.9 seconds nearest damn it between first and second. Mini Black up to third now. He's choosing not to pit at this stage in the Force India. That's Nooker in the other Mercedes. He's lost that second place, so he's not having a good time here. Second place? No. I'm losing track of positions. Burkhoff, whoa, doing a bit of rallying in the McLaren. He's on the soft tyre then, so choosing a different strategy to those around him when he started. Oh, is that Mini Black in trouble? That's Mini Black. Was going very, very slowly. He's lost that fifth position now. Has Mini Black got a problem? Mini Black has got a puncture. Rear left puncture on the Force India. He is going to... Now, I don't know how the puncture mechanics are handled. Whoa! Again, big oversteer moment there. He's having to get out of the way of the entire field. Now, I don't know whether, like in real life... thank you, JJ Gamer. Thank you very much for that comment. And I'm glad that my good work is paying off. And now, I'm not sure if that tire was able to explode like it does in real life. It looks fairly intact. But that is a definitive puncture for Mini Black falling through the field. He's got a long way to go as well before he gets to the pit as well. Now race leader Tirano Ticket is in to get rid of those super soft tyres. Let's see the Ferrari pit at work. Oh, what a wonderful glitch then. The tyres remaining in their original position and then mysteriously fitting themselves to the car. So Tirano Ticket onto the medium tyre. Who's that that's gone through into the lead? Burkhoff second. Nooker in the Mercedes continues then on those now very second-hand super soft tyres. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for that. Burkhoff up to second position then in the McLaren. How they'd love to be there. Well, I say that. Look who's in third. Nick B in the Manor in a current podium position. Of course, they're starting on the softer side, going a little bit longer on the opening stint. Let's see how that pays off for them. Tirano Ticket out in fourth position in the Ferrari on those medium tyres. And that's Chicane, who has yet to pit. He's on those soft tyres in the Toro Rosso. Next in the line. Whoa! Big oversteer moment for Odan. Little bit greedy on the gas then. Berg von Trips, we know he's been through the pits. He's in the Mercedes in seventh place. Oh, that's Marco then. Directly behind him. Let's jump on board with Marcus. See how close they are. Oh, big wheel spin moment there for Marco trying to get more power, more grip out of those tyres than they are ready to do. Into turn 11 they come then. Not in a overtaking position just yet. Race Fanatic, we saw him challenging for the lead. He's gone on to the medium tyres as well in the Renault. So again, quite a few people going for the medium tyre then. Cool Cat in the Sauber up to 10th place on the soft tyres. There is Fizzy, one of the first to get onto those medium tyres in the Renault in 11th place. Ryan L83, soft tyres on the McLaren. Currently 12th, Kalon on medium, so he's been through the pits. In 13th place in Manor. Whoa, he's run too wide. He's running a little bit too wide, but still keeps his foot in it and keeps chasing after the McLaren. Non-runner. Not having a great race here today in the Williams. I love that camera shot. I love it when the rear view mirror works properly and you actually see the entire car behind as opposed to just the four wheels. But the chasing Red Bull of Raven was a little bit too far back to see. There he is in 15th place on the medium. So again, he has pitted as well in the Red Bull. There's his teammate Sebi behind on the soft tyres. Not a good race so far for the Red Bulls. Who this is? Nally in the Toro Rosso on softs. It's currently 17th. Mini Black down at the back of the pack on the soft tyres in the Force India. So we saw him limping around with a puncture, and he is in 18th position with Long still at the back of the pack in the Williams. On the mediums then, so assumedly he's been through the pack. Back up to race leader Nooker. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? He's at the start finish straight, is he? Nope. He is. I can't tell where he is. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at visual cues on Bahrain, I'm afraid. I do apologise for that, ladies and gentlemen. I will get better, I promise you. Aha! No, see, he's just come to complete lap. He hasn't pitted. Interesting, he's choosing quite a long, or comparatively long stint. Oh, who's that coming into the pits? That is the McLaren of, if I can find who it is, Burkhoff? It is indeed. The McLaren of Burkhoff comes in to get rid of those soft tyres. That's about right, I would say. Race Fanatic goes up to 8th position. Oh, look at that! That is Marco and Berg von Trips having their own battle. Oh, side by side through the first turn. Berg von Trips just winning out on that particular occasion. If I can get the right car. Oh, look at that. Look at the extra grip that Marco had on board with him as he comes into turn 4. Hello there, Pepper. Glad to have you along, sir. Oh, and Marco just wins out on that particular battle then. And so we just jump back to the external view. Berg, whoa, Berg's not giving up on that one at all. And oh, that is that's Odan and Race Fanatic. We see directly behind having their own battle. Oh, still side by side there in the the Mercedes and the Ferrari. They are not giving up on this one at all. Who is that we see directly ahead? It's Chicane that we see ahead of this pack. So this is 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th you're looking at. 3 of these cars will have DRS, 1 will not. One being, of course, Berg von Trips in the Mercedes. So Race Fanatic has got ahead. I've done it again. Wrong key. You're always welcome. You are always welcome in the stream. Anyone is always welcome through these doors. So Odan then currently behind. Oh, he's decided to pit. So Race Fanatic winning out that particular battle. Let's jump back to Race Fanatic as he can see again. Got that wrong again. Come on, interface, keep up with me. Again, Berg von Trips still under pressure from the Ferrari. Still, Marco FD putting the pressure on for that 5th position. Let's check where the other one is. Where's Toronto Tigger? He's in 2nd now. Nooker still leads. Well, just 3.5 seconds separates the pair. That's Nick B directly behind Toronto Tigger. Good job in the manner. Will I be streaming every race? I will indeed. As personal situation allowing, of course. Why can't you lower the quality? That, I'm afraid, is Twitch. Twitch does not allow you to do so. Don't ask me why. I haven't a clue. Out my hands on that one. Will I be streaming every race? I hope to do so. I will also, for most of the races, have a co-host, that is Justin, who was with me last week, but of those that attempted to watch last week's stream will know it was pretty damn difficult to watch. Nuka still leads in the Mercedes. Tirano Tigger closing him down at a hell of a rate of knots in the Ferrari on the medium compound tyres. Third is Nick B in the Manor on the soft compound tyres. Does he pit at this point? No, he does not. He continues. Chicane. Oh, he's just lost out to Berg von Trips then, as we just seen. Oh, that was so close. Chicane having to cut across people, but we just see that is can't get the right car. Look at this three-way battle going on now. It's 4th, 5th and 6th then. Oh, Marco just getting the better of the Renault at that point. Oh, that was close. That was so very close. Yes, if we can get Race Fanatic's car on board with him, and again, look at this. Ferrari challenging Mercedes and Renault challenging Ferrari. Now, Race Fanatic break very early on that one. This is a great... Absolutely. Nuka is doing a great job leading the race on those what must be very second-hand Supersofts by now, unless he jumped onto them, which, if he has, he's the only person to do so. Still, let's jump to the outboard camera then. These three in their respective position, where they've been for quite a period of time then. On to the straight between 10 and 11 then. There's Fizzy Fan we see in the background. 2 with DRS, 1 not, and no, still no change in the running order between these three, even with DRS. I want to see what the rest of the field are doing. I daren't look away from this battle because the sod's law will dictate as soon as I do, they are going to change position. Oh, was that a bit of an oversteer move from Bergo one day? If it was, Marco and Race Fanatic were not able to capitalise on it. Absolutely, yes. If the more these three battle, the more they're going to slow themselves down and bring Fizzy into this particular battle. Fizzy coming in 7th now, on board, kind of, with Race Fanatic. We see Marco's lining up for a slipstream manoeuvre on Berg, and whoa, look at the rate of knots. The Race Fanatic, is he going to try for both of them? No, not quite. In one corner, Berg von Trips has lost 2 positions in the soft shod Mercedes. Marco jumping, and Lon Lon has decided to retire from last position. The Williams has called it a day. Oh my god, they are so close, these three. Realising how close they are makes me wince. Oh, now, but that has allowed these three to get a little bit of breathing space to Berg von Trips. Oh, it does look like Race Fanatic is trying to get past the Ferrari of Marco. That looked like a great drift from this angle, but I suspect that's just how the camera makes Race Fanatic's race look. Again, back shot onto Berg von Trips, and big snap of oversteer there for Berg von Trips. They are coming down the straight between 10 and 11. Race Fanatic under DRS, and Lolo has actually left the server on the inside, but that Ferrari's not letting that one go. Now going to have the inside of 12. Oh, an impact! Impact between the Renault and the Ferrari then. Do they continue undamaged? It was a fairly clean hit with tyre wall to tyre wall. Both cars continuing. Does not appear to be any damage going on there. And on they go, but Berg is still there, looming in the background. Into the final turn then. Let's jump on board with... I've done it again. I've hit the wrong key. Come on. And Burkhoff, we've lost Burkhoff, I think that was Force India, and through goes Marco on Race Fanatic, jumping on, and you can see the distance that Berg has lost on these two alone. So the Ferrari jumps Race Fanatic again. Let's just check in with the other Ferrari. Unsurprisingly, Tirano Tigger has taken the lead of this race on the medium tyres. Marco is up to 2nd now, so Nuka must have pitted. There could well have been tears, absolutely. Marco 2, Race Fanatic 3, as we can see in the Renault. He's pressuring that Ferrari all the way. Mercedes of Berg hanging on in there, but I think is losing pace to the 2 ahead. Fizzy up to 5th position now. Again on the medium tyres. Can he close in on the squabbling trio ahead? Kalon in the Manor. Coming through, where is he? Where is the... Oh, Mini Black's retired! We have lost the Force India of Mini Black. Oh, goodness me! We are losing cars here, there and everywhere. Non-runner is still going in the Williams. Goodness me, talk about perseverance. Massive lockup then as he comes through onto the left-hander of 10. Let's jump back to the three-way battle we are talking about. Ferrari, Renault, Mercedes, 2nd, 3rd and 4th in Race Fanatic, right with Marco still. jump on board with Race Fanatic. Is he going to do anything in the slipstream? I think he's slightly too far back to get slipstream alone. He's going to rely on DRS, I think, on the start-finish straight. Here we go then. And Marco's, is he pitting? I thought he was going to pit then, but he went for a very, very early defensive manoeuvre there. Renault's got the DRS active, but he's too far back to... and he's topped out, look. You can see he was topping out before the braking zone. So not able to gain steward's inquiry for the Ryan incident. If they choose to submit a steward's inquiry, that is, of course, up to them. Onwards then, down through turn 4. Let's swap to the external camera again. Oh, again, that looked like... I'm not too sure that was a oversteer mode for the Renault there. Just by the way he was able to continue going on, it didn't make sense that he was... Oh, Fizzy would just saw in the back of the shot there. He's definitely losing ground on this quality trio. So is Fizzy's... Bearing in mind, Fizzy was one of the first ones to... unless... I can't read and speak at the same time. Bear in mind that Fizzy was one of the first to get onto the medium tyres, and it could well have burnt them out too soon. Still, Race Fanatic holds on to the third position. Marco defending that second place perfectly well. Berg, we know, is in... Correct key, King Kodiak, for goodness sake. Fizzy on his own in 5th position. Kalon in the manner on his own in 6th place, just coming through that chicane. Oh, that's Nick B and non-runner having a battle, and then through the chicane of 12, both of them on soft tyres. Oh, that could have been nasty. So we have Manor, Williams and Mercedes in this particular trio. 7, 8 and 9 then. Nick B currently holding on to that position on the softs. Actually the Mercedes, so that must be Nooker then, on the super soft tyre. Interesting, so he's replaced super soft for super soft. In comes non-runner then. Non-runner coming into the pits. Let's get back up to the battle that we were previously looking at. Berg is definitely losing the back of this particular duo. Race Fanatic still nailed to the rear wing of the Ferrari. I now have a cat that's jumped on my desk. Sorry, Munchie. You're a lovely cat, but no. That is very kind of you, Mad Dog. I would, if you're able to forward that inquiry to them, by all means. So, Renault then with the DRS open. Again, Marco with the pace to keep the Renault behind him, even with the Renault having DRS. Goodness me. Let's check further down the field then. Where was that battle that we previously saw? It was here. Nick B and Nooker for 7th position. Nick B able to keep the Mercedes behind. Manor keeping Mercedes behind. There is no way that that is going to be a real life statement, which is a shame because I do like the underdog. So Nick B able to keep Nooker at bay at the moment. Those super softs are not giving Nooker any real benefit, it seems. He may well regret going on to those. Sebi in the Red Bull. What's he on? He's on the soft tyres. So he's holding on to that nice chicane. Toro Rosso super soft at the moment in 10th place. Odan in the Force India. Soul Force India now with Mini Black's departure early on. You are very true. I don't think Martin Brundle or David Croft have a pussy problem in the commentary box. Cool Cat in the Sauber. Coming down the start-finish straight. There's Raven in the Red Bull, not having a great day in the office on the medium tyre. All big lock-up into the final turn. Oh, that's Ryan losing 14th position to non-runner there. Non-runner coming through the pits. Non-runner under DRS. And into 14th position comes the Williams then. The McLaren on the super soft tyre. Burkhoff in the other McLaren super soft as well in 16th place. A bad day in the office of them, although pretty standard for McLaren overall. Real life McLaren as opposed to those two. Down towards the big, what looked like a big lock-up then for Nally in the Force India, and 17th and currently last. That is very kind of you. Thank you very much. I'm glad that my efforts are being enjoyed by you guys. I'm always very conscious to get the best possible quality stream I can, and I'm very glad that you guys are enjoying it. Turno Jigger then on his own. Marco is up to second, as we know. Oh, was that Berg going into the pits? It is indeed. The Mercedes, big lockup to get down to speed. So the Mercedes getting rid of those soft tyres. We have got 13 laps remaining here. The lead is 10.5 seconds of Ferrari to Ferrari. Tirano Tigger over Marco FD, but Marco FD still has rear view mirrors. Rear view mirrors, no such thing in a Formula 1 car. Wing mirrors full of Renault. Again, he looked like he was looking up there, and again, weird kind of weird connection that Race Fanatic appears to be sliding around the corners as opposed to turning around them. Well, it is a shame Justin isn't with me. He did a superb job last week. I can't pronounce that. Allflatius. By means, swing by www.apexonlineracing.com. That is the website for our league. And, well, make your presence known. Check out the F1 2016 forums. And, yeah, put a post there if you're interested. We'll see what we can do. I like it, real Mad Dog. Ain't that true? Yeah, but you're not going to have a situation of Schumacher one person forcing the other one onto the podium. Was it Austria 1 year? Oh, Race Fanatic is in! Race Fanatic is in to get rid of those medium tyres. So that is going to leave the Ferrari pair well alone. And I'm getting my keys wrong again. Tirano Tigger on his own then, as we know. Marco 10.4 behind. They continue. Race Fanatic is in and away he goes. We just cut to the Renault. Don't you wish? Yeah, absolutely. So where's he going to appear? He's going to lose 4th, lose 5. Is he going to lose 6th? Lose 5 into 6th position. Look at that. We've got a three-way battle just ahead then. That's Nick B at the head of a three-way battle. Nick B in the Manor, Nooker in the Mercedes, and Kalon in the Manor. So a pretty decent showing by Manor. 3rd and 5th at present. Oh, big locker then. Am I on board? I didn't mean to be on board, I do. But oh, no sooner do I say that. Commentator's curse collapses the chances of Kalon to hang on to the back. Does everyone use a wheel? Not necessarily. In certain leagues, I can't vouch for people in this particular league. There are mixtures of wheel and pad. Some people even attempt keyboard driving. Although a greater amount of people use a steering wheel. Back onto the battle then. So look at the field we've got behind. There's Race Fanatic in his freshly shod Renault then on the back onto the medium tyre. The medium does seem to be the tyre of choice for this particular race. Where is Nooker then? Still on those super softs. To be fair, those super softs must be down to rubber bands by now, and yet he's still able to make them work, chasing that Manor down the road. The soft shod Manor of Nick B as they're coming into the final turn on to complete the lap. Are they going to pit at this point? Let's have a look. No, they continue then. Tirano Tigger way down the road, as we know. I don't actually need to check. I do that out of habit. I do beg your pardon. Oh, big lock up there for Nick B. Oh, is that Nooker getting a little bit interested for an inside manoeuvre? Not quite. Oh, but he's... let's jump on board with Nooker then. No! Race Fanatic got to 5th. Crikey, he didn't hang around. That was what I was meant to do. Jump on board with Nooker here. But he's lost time on the Manor. Oh dear, that's not gone well for him at all. Race Fanatic up to 5th position then. Due to others pitting, I would imagine. But look at the turn of speed that he's got. Berg von Trips in the Mercedes. That is chicane and the Toro Rosso we see directly behind. I do apologise if I'm not able to read every single person's comment in the chat. One, I'm not used to a lot of comments being posted, I'll be quite honest. But 2, there's so much going on in the race itself. I'm rather trying to keep up with it all. But I am trying to keep up with you wonderful spectators. Again, I thank you so much for coming to join us this evening. It is very much appreciated. Odan in the Force India. For any Game of Thrones fans, every time I see the name Odan, I think of Hodor. Daft comparison, I grant you, but there we go. What can I say? Fizzy's down to 9th then, so he's been through the pits to get those medium tyres on him. Let's check how his teammates doing. Race Fanatic. Who's that that's coming? It's Marco. Marco's coming through the pits then. He's on soft tyres. Interesting. Oh, that's Race Fanatic we saw going through the shot then. Where's Marco appear? He's just in 6th position in between Berg von Trips and Chicane. Oh no, Chicane's overtook him. No, he hasn't. What am I talking about? Oh, he hasn't overtaken him at all. What am I on about? Yes, Siki, thank you. The stream seems to be going pretty well. Corkout was 12th. Last I saw him as well. Odan in 8th position. Fizzy 9. Non-runner then. Now with those medium tyres on, getting back through the field. Kalon in the manor, still with super soft tyres on. Sebi, Red Bull 12. Burkhoff 13 in the McLaren. Raven 14 in the Red Bull. 15 is Nally in the Toro Rosso. 16 is Coolcat with super softs on. That's not the tyre of the day. But then you have to bear in mind that people will be making their tyre decision at the beginning of the race depending on how they did on them and not knowing really how anyone else has done unless they have paid very close attention to practices and whatnot. There's Ryan down in 17th again on the super softs on the McLaren, and back up to race lead Tyranno Tigger on the soft tyre himself. So Tyranno Tigger's been into the pits and retained the lead. Nick B in the manor holds off Nooker still, and there is we see Race Fanatic. Look at how he's closed in on these two. Just a 4.7 second lead for what looked like a sideways scrolling manner there. Now Race Fanatic going to be closing right in on these two. Oh, that was very close then for Nooker. Oh, we see how Race Fanatic's closing in. We jump on board with Race Fanatic. We see how he's closing in on these two. But he's overshot that corner by quite some margin. That's turn 10. He's just gone through. That's going to lose him a whole bucket load of time. There we see Marco in the background. Who's he got for there for company? It's Berg von Trips he has for company as well. Jump back up to Race Fanatic then, is he? Oh, look how quickly he's closed those two down. So I paused slightly because I was trying to read the comments. Do beg your pardon. So we have got 9 laps remaining then. And now that's interesting. Nooker and Nick B coming into the pits at the same time. Interesting. Let's see how they do. Mercedes pit crew then. Super softs again for Nooker. He's loving those red striped super softs. Is the man going to get out ahead? No, looks like the Mercedes has got him. Yes, indeed. Nick B has lost that position in the pit stops to Nooker. But interestingly, the Manor comes out on the softer tyre. Nooker comes out in 8th. Nick B 9 with... Oh, that was nearly impact between the two Manors. That's Kalon and Nick B. Oh, that's very, very close. One of them on the softs, one on super softs. Kalon slotting in behind Nick B. Nick B needing to get some heat into those tyres pretty damn quick. So then that's going to elevate Race Fanatic into 2nd place. But, as you can see there, that looming Ferrari right in the background, people kicking the tail out at turn 10. Manacre needs to be fired. Yeah, but that was probably still a 3-second pit stop as opposed to the 2.5-second pit stop that the Mercedes crew did. So then, quick run through the field again. Tyranno Tigger. In case anybody's wondering why I'm not showing the timings, let me show you for why. This is what I have to do to bring up the timings. Where are we? Race director. And then doing that. You can't see the race behind. That's why I'm not bringing up lap times of anybody. And that's also why I'm not relying on the interface to bring up the order of the race, because you can't see through it. So I'm rather preferring to go through the field one by one to see where people are Now, interesting, looked like Race Fanatic was slightly quicker that lap as he's gained a few tenths on Tyranno Tigger, but will he be able to close that gap quick enough? That is soft shod Ferrari of Tyranno Tigger, medium shod Renault of Race Fanatic. Oh, he's lost 3 tenths there, so this is definitely Tyranno Tigger's race to lose. Marco FD in the Ferrari holding up third position as he did last week. He's on the softer tyres on the Ferrari. Let's see what he can do. Berg von Trips, medium shod Mercedes. A little bit on his own there. Can he start closing up on the gap ahead of him? There you see is what the gap is. Odan. I'm going to end up calling you Hodor as time goes on. No problem there, no problem there. How do you pronounce that? Olfatius? I hope that's right. I hope that's how you pronounce your name, but no problem there at all. Anybody who's interested in getting involved in AOR leagues, please feel free to go to www.apexonlineracing.com. Always welcome to have a look around, get involved, and you never know, you may have me barking my voice at your antics on track. Odan leads Fizzy just, so the super soft shod Force India ahead of the medium shod Renault. A great race for Fizzy fan here. Jump on board with him, a DRS wide open but running out straight before he's able to do anything. There are actually, it's probably worth me pointing out, you make an interesting point there, JJ Gamer. Hold the door, etc. F1 2016, as far as AOR's involvement is concerned, has representation on all 3 platforms: Xbox, PlayStation 4, and of course PC. We had over 100 people sign up in the PC League alone. As one of the first times we've had a greater representation on PC as we have on the consoles. We have got Project Cars, iRacing, you name it, there's quite a bit of representation across all platforms. Whoa, as we see the Force India get all out of shape ahead of Fizzy there. So even if you're on the consoles as opposed to PC, by all means have a look at the forums anyway. There may be a league that you are interested in on the platform of your choice. So go and have a look around. And we hope all Flatchus. Okay, all Flatchus. I will make a mental note of that one. So then, 6 laps to go here. Fizzy fan all over the back of, not non-runner, it's Odan. On board, you can see how close that is, and under DRS, there goes the DRS. That Renault surely is going to have the inside line, and there he goes, and we switch to the outside view. You can see how much pace the Renault was able to gain on the Force India. Oh, make it stick, make it stick. Yes, he does. That 5th position, well in the hands of the Renault of Fizzy then. Let's check in with our leaders then. Hello. Oh, there we go. I thought Tyranno Tigger had lost the lead for a moment there. So Tyranno Tigger making his way through ghosted and non-ghosted backmarkers. That's a Sauber. That's a Sauber going slowly. Who is it? Who is that that's going slowly? Is that Nally? Nope, Nally's not a Sauber runner. Ryan, no, he's McLaren. Burkhoff, no. Cool Cat! It'll be Cool Cat that was running slowly. Oh, he's appeared to be lagging a little bit there, the way he was jumping in. But I think he was getting out of the way more than he was getting into. Fizzy's the Banana King. He's been called worse, I'm sure. Tyranno Tigger then in the midst of the backmarkers. Race Fanatic holding on to their second and not under a great deal of pressure then as we enter the final 5 laps of this race here at Bahrain. 10 seconds to Tyranno Tigger's lead. So unless he clouts into a backmarker, this really is going to be a Ferrari top spot then. But that's not going to stop the banana car. And Cool Cat has retired. The Sauber has decided to call it a day. Cool Cat has retired. Yeah, sorry guys, there's not a lot I can do about the buffering side of things. Srikanth Nimmer, to answer your question, not at all. What you're looking at here, you're looking at the split one, so you're looking at the top tier of PC racing. PC F1 2016 racing, I should say. There are 5 splits, so the splits are decided by time trial events and also race placements that happen before the season starts. So if you're a rookie, absolutely no hindrance at all. Of course, you will be racing against people of varying experience. But even if you yourself are new to the game, new to some particular type, please don't feel put off. There will be a league level that will be tailored to your particular experience. So please come and have a look all the same. Come and get involved. We're always happy to have new members come and join us, irrespective of the equipment you use or the experience you carry. So Toronto Ticker still leads Race Fanatic. Although he has lost a couple of seconds, no doubt due to back markers. Let's have a quick look where Toronto Ticker is. He's got through those back markers. And a ghosted McLaren we see in the background. Race Fanatic. Big lock up into turn 1 then for Race Fanatic. We have 3 laps remaining then. Marco FD staying in close proximity to the Renault, but again he's losing touch. There we see, is that Berg we see quite a way back on that medium shot. McLaren, no, Mercedes. There we see Fizzy Fan in 5th position, again quite a way back from the Mercedes, but he's got a good gap between himself and the chasing Force India of Odam. But we have got a battle here. It is Nooker and Non-Runner. Unbelievable, considering Non-Runner's terrible early encounters here, and I've gone on board when I was supposed to change car. The medium shod Williams trying to pressure the super soft shod Mercedes of Nooker then for 7th position, and that is Odan not too far ahead either, so this battle could become a trio beyond tripping over my words again. I'll end that sentence here. I've been trying to read comments and say sentences. Brain is giving up on me. Well, I say brain, it's whatever is occupying the space in between my ears. That's before Spiky Logic says it. So then, let's check in with our race leader. Where is he? Where is Toronto Tiger? He is there. So he's gone through turns 1, 2 and 3. He is on that run down to turn 4. He has got a lead of 9.1 seconds to himself. 2 laps remaining here. Ferrari leads Renault, leads Ferrari as we see. The top 3 are pretty much going to be set like that, save for some major mistake. Berg von Trips completely on his own in the medium shot Mercedes in 4th. Fizzy is got a McLaren ahead of him who is a lap down, which is why he's ghosted, I think. He's on his own then in the medium shot. There was a weird glitch then, put the shadow completely in the wrong place. Medium shod Renault, 6th place is a Nooker on the super soft shod Mercedes. Those super soft tyres have done no one any justice. Odan in the super soft shod Force India, trying to keep some pressure on that Mercedes, but he has got a bigger problem behind him. That is Non-Runner in the Williams, trying to keep the pressure on to gain that 7th position. Now he's going to have DRS wide open at this point. Is he going to be able to gain on the Force India? No, that Mercedes engine keeping that Force India ahead of the Merc engine Williams. Oh, big oversteer move for Non-Runner. Thought he was going to get a lot more grip on the inside there, but no such luck. Sebi in 9th in the Red Bull is being chased by the Manor of Nick B, hanging on to that 1 championship point in the Manor. Oh, whoa, massive oversteer moment for Nick B there. Just managed to keep it. Chicane in the Toro Rosso, just outside of the points. Super softs on that one. Kalon was running well in the points, but sadly is down in 12th now. Super soft tyres not going to do him any favours. Massive lock-up for Kalon. And that actually looked like he had his brakes on for rather too long there. He's coming into the pits. He's got a puncture. Kalon has a puncture. No wonder he was locking up so much. So a very late pit stop for Kalon. 12th, 13th is Ryan L83 in the McLaren. Super softs on you. Raven very, very wide in the Red Bull. 14th position. 15th is Nally in the Toro Rosso, again with super softs on. Burkhoff in the ghosted McLaren being lapped by the front runners. And we are back up to our race winner. 16 runners remaining, and Tirano Ticket on his final lap then here in Bahrain. Race Fanatic has really left Marco behind. There is Marco. Those soft tyres have given up on him, I think. Berg von Trips on his own. Fizzy. Oh, I missed it. I missed the race win. So your race winner, as you can see, is Tirano Tigger in the Ferrari. Raven retired from the session before he was able to win, before he was able to finish the race. Race Fanatic coming home in second position in the Renault. Actually shows him in third for some reason. So third goes to Marco in the other Ferrari. Fourth is Berg von Trips in the Mercedes. Fifth place will go to this man Fizzy in the Renault. Great showing for Renault here in this race. Non-runner gained. He was still in. He did gain sixth actually on the end there. So the Williams did manage to overtake the Force India, as you see there, of Odan. Chicane is coming across. Everyone's actually crossed the line too quickly for me to be able to announce it. So Chicane gains that 11th position. 12th is going to go to this man Ryan in the McLaren. Not a great race for him. He had trouble early on and was not able to recover. Those super softs doing him no favours at all, but he's coming across the line now to claim that 12th place. That we see is Kalon in the background after that very unfortunate puncture for him, and that is everybody either across the line or has retired from the race. So we will get the final confirmation soon. There's Nally in the Toro Rosso. He's the only car still driving under their own steam. Here he comes. Oh, there we go. Never mind. So your race winner here in the Ferrari is Tirano Ticket. No! Race Fanatic has lost that second position. He must have had a penalty. So Race Fanatic has been demoted. So it's a Ferrari 1-2. Oh, goodness me, I did not expect that. So Tirano Ticket is your race winner with Marco then second. Race Fanatic in third. Berg von Trips down to fourth after his very good starting position. Well, he was on the grid in second. He comes home in fourth. Fizzy up 3 position from 8th to 5th. And there you go. There's confirmation you see on the right that Race Fanatic had a 3-second time penalty from Marco, which he wasn't able to maintain. So that's demoted him. Non-runner in 6th after a great recovery drive. Odan 7, Nuka 8, Sebi 9, and Nick B rounds out your points paying positions. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to join me on this evening's stream. It has been a great honour, and thank you very much for the very kind comments in the chat. It has been great fun commentating for you this evening. My name is King Kodiak, and I will see you next time for some more AOR driving action. Thank you very much, and good night!